right, so today we're going to transition to talking about color. Color is one of the 7 elements of art. It's a very expressive element. Most people have very strong feelings about color. Most people have a favorite color. Color is so important to us in the way we describe things. We even use it when we're saying, you know, I'm had such a hard time. I'm blue. It does not mean my skin is blue. It means that I'm depressed, right? Oh, she's just green with envy. I have no idea why people decided to use green to describe wanting something that somebody else has, but we say that, or maybe your grandparents say it. It's a little bit of an old saying, green with envy. But, you know, businesses, marketing, they really know how the human brain reacts to color. Have you ever wondered why so many fast food chains have red in their color scheme? It's because red stimulates the appetite. It makes people hungry. So fast food chains would do much better business if they had red and got people to feel hungry while they were there inside their restaurants, right? Also, red creates like a sense of urgency. People feel like, oh, I got to do something right now. That's why clearance signs are often red, because the person feels like, oh, I need to get this right now. It's going to be gone soon, so I need to get it, right? Human beings react strongly to color, and businesses know about that. If you had a product you were trying to sell and you wanted to convince people it was healthy, think about it. What colors would you use? You might use green or shades of tan or brown, right? Anything that says earth to you, right? Anything that says, you know, growing and agriculture and clean, good for your body, right? So green and brown, those kind of colors. Now, what exactly is color? It is reflected light. All the light that you see, the visible light, is white light. It's actually got all the colors in it. The reason that we see this lady's dress as red is because it's absorbing all the colors of the white light except for red. It's reflecting that back to us. Okay? And all the colors, once we use a prism or water or something to bend those colors into their individual wavelengths, we get colors like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, right? We get all the colors of the rainbow once that light goes through a prism to break it into the individual bands. So we're going to talk and make some color mixing and talk about color theory. So all you will need right now are these colors from your coloring pencils. This one looks really dark, but it is blue. So red, yellow, and blue. And we're going to make a color wheel and talk about color. So let's make a triangle. And at the point of each triangle, let's make a circle. Now, the colors that come first are called primary colors. They're primary because they come first. They're primary because they're most important. These primary colors cannot be made by mixing. They just have to exist. So you either go and you buy them from the store, or you go and you harvest them somewhere from nature. But you can't take 2 colors, mix them together, and get these colors. They are yellow, red, and blue. You just have to have these. All right, so let's write these names. Okay? Now, after this, when you mix 2 primaries together, you will get what we call secondary colors. So, when we mix red and yellow together, one layer of red, one layer of yellow, we get orange. When we mix red and blue together, we get violet or purple. Let's call it violet. And when we mix blue and yellow together, we get green. All right, let's write those down. The primary colors are yellow, ooh, I can't spell, red, and blue. They come first. Secondary colors are orange, violet, and green. Now, the next ones are called tertiary, or sometimes people call them intermediate. Let's think about tertiary. Ter is sort of like the prefix tri, T-R-I. So think about what that means. Right? Comes third. So in between each one of these, we're going to do another circle. Okay, so let's start here. This will be an orange because it's in between orange and yellow, but it is closer to yellow, so it's going to have more yellow and less red. So let's go really heavy on our yellow and very light on our red. So it's an orange, but it's an orange that has more yellow in it. Now let's label this YO for yellow orange. Okay, over here is also an orange, but it is an orange that is closer to red, so it is an orange that has more red in it. So I'm going to go heavy on my red and very light on my yellow. And that is called red orange. Now here is a violet or a purple, but it's close to what primary color? Red. So it's got more red in it. So heavy pressure on our red, light pressure on our blue. Now, our purple making doesn't come out all that great. It would be better if we were using paint, which we will do. That is red violet. This is also a violet, but it's closer to my primary blue. So it's going to have more blue in it. So I'm going to go heavy on my blue, very light on my red. I made a little dent there on my paper. This is blue violet. This is going to be a green, but a green that is closer to blue. So it's going to be a blue green. So heavy on my blue and very light on my yellow. This is blue-green. And this is a green that is closer to yellow, so it is called yellow-green, and it is heavy on the yellow, very light on the blue. Is called yellow-green. So let's write these down again. We're going to go this way. So we had yellow-orange and red-orange, red-violet and blue-violet, blue-green and yellow-green. Okay? And it just trips me out every single time how much we can get with just the three primary colors. All of this came from the primary colors. Now, we have studied value. There is also value in color. Okay, so here are our colors. And we can make them lighter. They are called tints. A tint, the word tint has an I in it. So what do? We mix white. A little bit of white, more white, even more white. A little bit of white, even more white to make tints, lighter values of a color. We can make shades, which are darker. Look at shade, it has an A in it, just like the word black. So we add a little bit of black and more black to make a shade of red or to make a shade of yellow. We add black. So let's do that. Here, let's see. Let's do tints, shades. Okay, let's put color plus white. And let's put color plus black down here. Okay, this says color plus white, this says color plus black. You also need to get out your black colored pencil. Now, we have a white colored pencil in the supplies you were given. It doesn't do anything. Okay, so we have to come up with a different strategy for how to get a tint of any color. When we're using colored pencils, that would be with pressure. Okay, if we were using paint, we could mix it with white, but since we don't, it's not paint, we have to do something different. So what I want us to do is I want to go with 3 different primary colors. Let's do really light, and then let's get a little more dark down here. So this is really light. Light red is really kind of pink. That's what it is. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with yellow. So we're going to do yellow, really light, and then we're going to get heavier down here. And then blue, the same thing, really light to make a tint of blue, and then much darker. So these are tints. Now down here at the very bottom, we're going to take that black colored pencil and we are going to just so lightly add a little bit of black. So lightly. I don't want to see black. I don't want to say, oh, that's black. I just want to say, oh, that's a darker red. Okay, maybe use those oval motions that we talked about. So that is not black. I don't look at that and see black. I see, oh, this is a darker red. I'm going to do the same thing on the yellow. Very light pressure, so light. Feather, light as a feather. And then on my blue, oh, I didn't even finish my blue down here. I can go a little bit heavier on the blue because it's already a darker color. Okay, so look, we have like a mini value scale. Here's our lighter tints of color. This time we did it with pressure, but normally we do it with white. Here's our regular colors, and here's our shades that we got by putting just the tiniest bit of black down.